It's Our Story. Jim Tuscher, St. Louis, Missouri.
It was sort of like Marlon Brando in The Men. You know, he couldn't get married till he could stand up. And it was sort of, the theory in those days seemed to take the person with a disability and fix them so that they can fit the existing society. Whereas today, I think the attitude, not in all sectors certainly, but in a lot of them, are let's just expand the model of what society ought to look like so it includes more people, including people with disabilities. But in those days, the focus was very much on, okay, your legs don't work, how can we make that change? And I remember when I was at Rusk, there was a news article that they passed around the patients, particularly with spinal cord injuries, that the Russian army was working on creating an exoskeleton that could be put on a person and run it with their thought waves, or somehow run it out of their ability to think. Their goal was to create soldiers that had exoskeletons and could be sort of superhuman, because an exoskeleton, of course, is mechanically much more efficient than what we've got. And in the rehabilitation circles, that was big news, because they thought if they could tap our brains and put an exoskeleton on our legs, we could be back up hopping around again. Again, the theory is make us fit, make us be able to stand up at the bar, or get in and out of the school. When I first taught grade school in upstate New York, I had a wheelchair in my apartment, and I used my long leg braces to get out of the apartment, which had about 6 or 8 steps to get down to where I parked my car, and then I'd drive to the school, use my long leg braces to get into, I think it was 1 or 2 steps into the school, and get back in another wheelchair so that I could teach from the wheelchair. That's now schools are pretty much have accessible entrances, accessible restrooms. In almost every area there are wheelchair accessible apartments. So much more the environment is adapting to us rather than the reverse. So refreshing change. Still got a long way to go, though.
The It's Our Story project is a national effort to make disability history public and accessible. Visit us at www.itsourstory.org or on the It's Our Story project YouTube channel.